So we'll be doing parabola today, and these are the contents. So equation of parabola, parametric form. So equation of parabola 3 classwork plus 1 homework, parametric form 2 classwork plus 1 homework, tangent and normal 3 classwork, and lastly properties of tangent and normal 2 classwork. And then I have challenges, ITJ advanced 2021 problems. Okay, so let's start with equation of parabola and its properties. So do this question, solve this question. Hello Srijan. Srijan, today attend whole of the class because till the end I will be giving some logical ways to solve advanced problems in parabola. Okay, so today we aim to solve 10 questions, and in some questions we will apply logic. Logic will make our problems solution shorter. So do this question first. Good afternoon, Vasu. Do this question, solve this question. Hello, Anand. Solve this question. Hello. Solve this question. Okay. So let us solve this question together now. Sufficient time given. Okay. So in this particular question, ABCD is a square and then it is drawn inside a parabola. Parabola is given. It is a downward facing parabola. Okay. So one is the textbook approach. I will not do by the textbook approach. That I will tell you after my solution. Okay. So see, logically how we'll do it. So this is the parabola, correct? And this is a downward parabola. What is C? C is given to be 2 comma 3. Okay, and since this is a square, this angle, this particular angle is 90 degree. Great. Now we have to find the focus. So focus will lie on CA only. correct? Focus will lie on CA only. It will be somewhere here, we can say. So instead of finding the focus in this particular diagram, what I will do is I will convert this parabola, this downward facing parabola, to a right parabola. I will convert this downward facing parabola to a right parabola. Why? Because for a right parabola, I know most of the things. It is easier for me to solve for a right parabola. Okay. So right parabola will be of the form y square is equal to 4ax. So let's do this. Little bit I'll do over here. So this is the parabola. Okay. This is point 2 comma 3. So first thing I'll do is that this vertex, this will shift to origin. Great. This has shifted to origin. And this line we already know this is our x-axis. So y equals 0. Great. And then a point, it is given as 2 comma 3. So a point is 2 comma 1. So a point is 2 comma 1, c point is 2 comma 3. So the center of the square is 2 comma 2. Okay. Now what help I will take is that distance between this center of the square M and vertex C. Cm, this is 1. This distance Cm is 1. So here some point is there which is at a distance 1. And what is the property of this point? The property of this point is that when you will join this line, make a double ordinate. What is a double ordinate? Perpendicular line to the axis. And then when you will connect these points, so this angle is coming out to be 90 degrees. So this is the property of this point M, or in this case, let it be M dash when you've taken the right parabola. So simply, I have changed this downward parabola to this right parabola, taken the vertex as origin. I know this equation is y square is equal to 4ax. Okay. And I have placed this point M to M dash. So here also Cm was 1. Here Cm dash is 1. Great. And lastly, what is the property of M dash? That when you connect these points, so say this point becomes B dash, this point becomes D dash. So this double ordinate BD dash, this subtends the 90 degree, just like over here. Okay. So why I have done like this? Because here, if I find out the focus will be somewhere here. Here, if I find out the focus a comma 0, here if I find out the focus a comma 0, then I can simply say that this distance is a, and then I will get this point. Okay, basically 2 comma 3 minus a. So let's solve this. So see, this is y square is equal to 4ax. Now in y square is equal to 4ax, I can take any point as what? 280 comma 80 square. But we know that this is a 90 degree. This angle is 90 degree. And this length is 1. So this means this is 45 degree. Okay, these two right angle triangles, B dash M dash O and D dash M dash O, these are symmetric about the x-axis. So this is 45 degree, this is 45 degree. So this thing is 1, this thing is 1. If OM dash is 1, MB dash is 1, so I can write the coordinates of B dash as 1 comma 1. A B dash will be 1 comma 1, correct? If B dash is 1 comma 1, just simply find out the value of A from here. So it will be this. Put 80 square equals 1 and put 280 equals 1. We have to find out the value of A. So what will you do? So T square is equal to 1 by A. And from here it is coming T is equal to 1 by 2A. So this becomes 1 by 4A square is equal to 1 by A. So A will get cancelled. This implies A equals 1 by 4. So I got to know that this focus A is 1 by 4 comma 0. This is what I wanted to know. Okay, that this particular focus over here, this is 1 by 4 comma 0, basically at a distance of 1 by 4 from the origin, because A is 1 by 4. So here I'll just put the value of A, because this particular distance is 1 by 4. So this will become 2 comma 3 minus 1 by 4. This becomes equal to 2 comma 11 by 4. So answer is B. 80 square comma 280. Okay, let me explain it to you. So students, I will explain it to you again how I made this shorter. So what I did was, this was a downward parabola and I converted into a rightward parabola. Rightward parabola, which one? Y square is equal to 4ax. The reason for doing this is how we got CA was on axis. Okay. Acha, I think I've done it a bit quickly. Let me do it again for you people. 1 second. Copy doubts. So it should be 80 square. See, what I've done. This is the parabola downward. This is the right facing parabola. Okay. I will be a little slow this time. So 2 comma 3 and 2 comma 1. So this point was 2 comma 3. And then I drew this square. Okay. So this particular point was 2 comma 1, this way. So we know that this thing is going to be the axis of this downward parabola. Why is it? Why am I saying that this is the axis? ABCD. So this is A, this is C. C is of course the vertex. This is B, this is D. Since BC and CD are same, B and D are equidistant from C. This means B and D are symmetrically placed around C. So this will mean that if this is 90 degree, this will be 45 degree, this will be 45 degree. Okay. And then A is 2 comma 1. So what I did was I just transferred this square in this parabola. Okay. So this became origin. So this became A C dash, and this became A dash. This became B dash. This became D dash. So A dash C dash again here will be the axis, because here AC is the axis. Okay, so how we got CA on the axis, Ayush? The answer is this. Since this is a parabola, this is a square, B and D are equally placed around 2 comma 3, because this is a square, BC and CD are same. So if you take a parabola like this, take this vertex and take these points, okay, which are symmetrically placed. So you will always find that if they are equally placed, they are symmetrically placed. That means this particular line will be the axis. So AC is axis. This doubt is clear. Yes, ठीक है. अब Vasu is asking what is 80 square comma 280. So see Vasu again. So I converted this to this. Okay, this was 0 comma 0, and the midpoint over here, say it was M. Midpoint was coming out to be 2 comma 2. So this particular distance was 1. This particular distance was 1. Okay, so if I join these two, 1 second. इसको थोड़ा अच्छे से बनाया था. Wait. So I made this parabola and I made a square inside this. Okay, so this was C, this was B, this was D, this was A. Now let them be C dash, B dash, A dash, D dash. So this I took as origin. Okay, now this distance midpoint is M dash. So this distance is 1. Okay, and this will also be 1. Why? Because this is 45, this is also 45 degree. So this point I can say B dash is 1 comma 1. But I took this parabola as y square is equal to 4ax. So when we have y square is equal to 4ax, the parametric coordinates of any point is 80 square comma 280. So Vasu, this is the answer. 80 square comma 280 is any point. So B I took as 80 square comma 280. Okay. You took, but you shouldn't be opposite this, my doubt. 280 comma 80 square. No, because this is y square is equal to 4ax. In fact, in this particular question, we need not take this. इसमें इसकी जरूरत भी नहीं पड़ेगी. वैसे this is correct, but since y square is equal to 4ax is there, you have this point 1 comma 1. Simply put over here 1 is equal to 4a, you will get a equals 1 by 4. So यहाँ पे focus आ जाएगा 1 by 4 comma 0. This will be the focus. And since this particular distance is 1 by 4, so you will go downward over here, downward by 1 by 4. So this particular point will be 2 comma 3 minus 1 by 4. Okay, so this will become 2 comma 11 by 4 answer. Okay, is this clear? And Vasu, see, if we have the parabola y square is equal to 4ax, then any point on this is 80 square comma 280. Although it is not required in this question, but parametric form is this. See, it will satisfy. Put y equal 280. So this will become 4a square t square. and then 4a into x. X is a t square. So 4a square t square, 4a square t square. These are the parametric coordinates of y square is equal to 4x. Okay. So since I have taken this is the right parabola, but its requirement nahi thi. This was not required over here. We just need to put 1 comma 1 and y square is equal to 4x. A comes out to be 1 by 4, or 1 by 4 is the distance between C and the focus over here. So again, the C and the focus distance will be 1 by 4. This particular thing is 1 by 4. 2 comma 3 minus 1 by 4, 2 comma 11 by 4. Other students, is it clear? Great, Sijan. Okay. Who else is there? Anand, let me know if you have any confusion. Clear, sir. ठीक है. अब आगे बढ़ते हैं. So this was one solution, my way of solving it. Okay. And of course, there is a textbook solution. In textbook solution, this is like 2 comma 3, 2 comma 1. So they took this point as 2 comma 2. And then this distance is 1, this distance is 1, this distance is 1, this distance is 1. So this point came out to be 3 comma 2, and this point came out to be 1 comma 2. Then they wrote the equation of the parabola. Then they put 3 comma 2 over here, and then they found out the value of lambda. Okay, so any downward facing parabola with the vertex 2 comma 3, it will be x minus 2 whole square equals minus 4a y minus 3. Okay, and then we just satisfy any of the points 3 comma 2 or 1 comma 2. So put 3 comma 2 over here. You will get the value of a. Once you get the value of a, you can get the focus. So this is the textbook approach. You can consider working by any one of these methods. दोनों में से कोई भी method चलेंगे. Okay. Next. Do this question. In this question first, so see, in IIT JEE Advanced, the paper setter wants students to think logically. So it is not just solving equations. If the student is able to solve it logically, then they will be able to attempt the question faster. Okay. So in this particular question, try to imagine the diagram first and then go ahead and solve it. Because when you will imagine the diagram first, then you will know the right approach to solve it. So I will help you with the diagram, then it will become easier for you. This is the axis, and y square is equal to 4ax. We can draw that. Okay, and 2 points on the parabolas, chord AB. So let this be the chord, something like this. Wait. Let me draw the circle first. Yes, this is better. So you can say these are the 2 points, A and B. Okay, this is x2 comma y2. This is x1 comma y1. AB is the diameter. We drew a circle, and the property of this circle is that it touches at point say C. So you have to find out if what the value of this, or if it is not a constant. Okay, let me give you another hint. So this is a circle, okay, and this x2 comma y2 x1 comma y1 are its diametrical ends. Now when the circle and the parabola, we will solve these two. So ideally we should have gotten 4 points, 4 points of intersection, which is the maximum point of intersection for parabola and a circle. So ideally it should have been A, B, and then 2 points over here. So A, B, and then 2 points. But what happens is that it touches the parabola. So the other 2 points, they become the same point, C. So A, comma B, comma C, comma C, these should be the four roots. If you solve in X or Y, these should be the four roots, A, B, C, C. Instead of two double roots, C is being repeated. So to solve these two equations, and then you will form a biquadratic, basically fourth degree polynomial in X or in Y. And then you know A and B are already two known roots, and the other two roots, they are repeated roots. So this way you will be able to solve it. For repeated roots, you know the condition, you will do D equals 0. Hello Manoj, welcome to the class. Solve this question. Cannot the circle touch at A, B also? Okay, yes. So you may think like this, you draw a parabola, okay, and then they touch over here like this, but it will not happen. So that case will not satisfy when you will have diameter. So what will happen is you try to draw a parabola, okay, and then you draw a circle such that they touch at A and B, and they are diametrical ends also. Okay, so this case it will not be possible. You will not be able to draw the figure here, because then AB will not be a diameter, it will be some chord. So correct figure will be this only. Okay, so I gave you the hint that you have to make a biquadratic, and then the roots will be A, comma B, comma C, comma C. So let me solve it for you. Once you know this hint, then it is easy to solve. Okay, so we will start with y square equals 4ax. Great. What about the circle with endpoints, diametrical endpoints x1, y1, and x2, y2? We know the equation. When diametrical endpoints are given, then the equation of circle will be x minus x1 into x minus x2 plus y minus y1 into y minus y2. So I told you have to solve these two, circle equation and parabola equation. So best is that you put the value of x equals y square by 4a. So from here you can say x equals y square by 4a. Put this particular value in this equation, you will get a biquadratic fourth degree polynomial in y. So what will happen is this. This becomes x minus x1 into x minus x2 plus, no, sorry, I have to put the value of x, so I'll delete it. Look. Yes, again. So this is y square by 4a minus x1, y square by 4a minus x2 plus y minus y1 into y minus y2 equals 0. Okay. Also, I know that x1, y1 and x2, y2, these 2 points, ये जो दोनों point है, A and B, this satisfy the circle as well as the parabola. Okay, because these are common points. So one thing that will help is separately, if you can write this, these 2 points satisfy this parabola. So you can say y1 square is equal to 4ax1 and y2 square is equal to 4ax2, and then put the values over here. So this becomes y square by 4a x1 is y1 square by 4a, y square by 4a, x2 is y2 square by 4a plus y minus y1 into y minus y2 is equal to 0. So here the variable was y. What I just did was put the value of x1 and x2 in the terms of y1 and y2. This will help us. Okay. Now, can you simplify this as y square minus y1 square into y square minus y2 square plus 16 circle. Okay. No. So, what happened is when I drew this circle, this is not origin. This is A. This point is A. Origin is different. So it is becoming close. That is why there is confusion. But it can be any point AB such that AB is the diameter. A is not origin over here. Okay, origin is different. I will draw another diagram so that it is clear to you more. So what is happening is like this. ये parabola है, there is a parabola, and this is the diameter, and this is the circle, like this. So A, B, O. Here A and O are very near, so they appear to coincide, but this is the diagram. I'll draw it again. So coming to solving this. So we will keep on solving this. This becomes 16a square y minus y1 y minus y2 equals 0. So we have to every time keep this in mind that this is the biquadratic in y 4-degree polynomial, and here say y1 and y2 will be two roots for this 4th-degree polynomial, and the third root will be repeated. Third and fourth root will be same, say y3 y3. Okay, this we have to constantly keep in mind while solving this. Okay, what next can you do? Just take this common, y minus y1, y minus y1, y minus y2. I took common. This became y plus y1, y plus y2 plus 16a square equals 0. So this is good because two roots already we are getting. So y minus y equals y1, y equals y2. These were the two roots that were expected, and the other root y3 comma y3. So I'm just assuming that this point is x3 comma y3, C point. So according to this biquadratic equation, we will do d equals 0, correct, Ayush? And because the root will be repeated, y3. So now solve it. This will become y square plus y1 plus y2 into y plus y1 y2 plus 16a square. And now since the roots are repeated, because on C point circle is touching the parabola, so I will do d equals 0. So what do you get when you do d equals 0? This becomes y1 plus y2 whole square is equal to 4ac, 4y1 y2 plus 64a square. Now when you will take 4y1 y2 to the LHS, this will become y1 minus y2 whole square, and this will become 64a square. So from here, the condition for the circle touching the parabola, you just have to take the square root. So take the square root here, square root here. So mod of y1 minus y2 is equal to 8a. Okay, so this is the condition. This is what has been asked. What is the value of y1 minus y2? So this is 8a. I'll repeat it once again, and Vasu, I'll draw the diagram again for you. Don't worry, wait. Great. So correct diagram would be something like this, that this is the parabola, and say this is the chord, and then the circle, this is the chord, and then the circle touches over here. So this point was A, this point was B, and here C was touching B. Is it clear, Vasu, now? This was the diagram, somewhat the diagram. Great. So I'll just repeat. So A and B were Basically, we had to form a biquadratic in either x or y, and the roots had to be a, b, and c, a, b, c, d. But the c, d, those two were being repeated because circle is touching the parabola. So roots became a, b, comma, c, c. And we solved this. We kept on solving this biquadratic. Okay, we started from here, the circle with diametrical endpoints and this parabola. We kept on solving it, and then y1, y2, these two got cancelled. These were corresponding to a and b. Okay, a and b. And finally, we knew that we have to do d is equal to 0 in the for the remaining two roots, and then we got this condition. Great. Let's move over. So using this particular diagram, it became easy. We got to know that okay, this is the way we should approach the problem. This is the solution. You can refer to it exactly what I have did. Okay, next is this question. Very important question. Do this. Hello, Garv. And who is Ayush Anand? Shresht. Hello. Hello. Keep on solving these questions. We are done with two questions, and don't worry, I will share the notes and recording with you after the class. So start with this question. I will give you a hint or approach for this question. Okay. Hello, Manoj. Welcome to the class. So see, hint. So this is a circle. Okay. Say this curve is S1. And this is a hyperbola. Say this curve is S2. Why this is a hyperbola? Because here you can see that h square uh, parametric. Let's approach this. First, let me give you a hint. Okay. So this is a hyperbola because here you see that h is equal to 0 and AB it is negative. So here h square is greater than AB. H square is greater than AB. So that is why this is a hyperbola. So whatever curves these are, say a circle and a hyperbola. And now in the question it is asked that from these point of intersections, we have to draw a parabola. Okay, so we will try to draw a parabola like this. Okay, somehow the figure should look like this. Okay, I will draw a neater figure, but this is for hint. And now we know that any curve passing through the point of intersection of these two curves will satisfy this equation s1 plus lambda s2 equals 0. So form this equation first and then put the condition for parabola. What is the condition for parabola? Condition for parabola is h square is equal to AB. So just put h square is equal to AB. You will get the value of lambda for which this becomes a parabola. And once you have that, then you can answer the question. Yes, Ayush. So this is a hyperbola, but focus on the approach. Do this approach. Do with this approach. So Shesh is saying parametric में biquadratic. I didn't understand what you're saying. In the last question you are saying, or in this question? अच्छा, okay. You are saying parametric coordinates में biquadratic बना के. Okay, but that will be lengthy. Okay. So you can say, of course, that यहाँ पे circle है, we can put it in parametric theta coordinates and then solve it. It will be very lengthy. So again, I will repeat this in JEE Advanced, sir, getting zero. How are you getting zero? What are you getting zero? This is theta I am saying. So you were saying ना parametric में करेंगे तो coefficient of x cube, that is sum of roots. Coefficient of x cube, that is sum of roots. Okay, you made a biquadratic, you tried to solve them. That is okay. So coefficient of x cube is 0. So that means so this is just for Shesht's understanding. Okay. So you are saying x1 plus x2 plus x3 plus x4. This should be equal to 0. That is fine. But how will it help you in these options? So he's saying, Shesh is saying, let 80 square comma 280 satisfy in both equation. Okay, great. And then you are solving it. Correct. So you can do by that method, but usse agar even if you get x coefficient of x cube 0, okay, that means x1 plus x2 plus x3 plus x4 is 0. So sum of the epsica of the 4 points is 0, but it will not help you in solving any of these 4 options. So instead, do by this approach. Okay. Again, I will repeat that in IIT JEE Advanced, they want you to solve it logically. Equate. If the question is becoming too much involved in calculation or equations, they wouldn't want that. They would want that student solves it logically. So hint I have given to you. There is a condition for 4 consecutive point. Okay, so Srijan and Shet, we will come back to your method. After I solve this question, I will come back to your method, what you were saying. Okay. Satisfying. Okay, students, let us solve by this method. So I asked you to do this. Let the equation be s1 plus lambda s2. Okay. So for condition for parabola, we have to put h square is equal to ab. So let us do by this method. So s1 plus lambda s2, the curve will become 1 plus lambda into x square plus 1 plus 1 minus lambda into y square. I am just writing s1 plus lambda s2, considering this is s1 and this is s2. Then it becomes 6 into 1 plus lambda x plus minus 24 plus 16 lambda into y plus 72 minus 46 lambda is equal to 0. So very lengthy equation, but since we just have to do this thing, h square is equal to ab, so we are just concerned with h a and b. So see, in this particular equation, h is equal to 0 because there is no term in xy. So this means AB will be equal to 0. What is A? A is 1 plus lambda. What is B? B is 1 minus lambda. So this should be one thing. So AB is 0. This means 1 plus lambda into 1 minus lambda is 0. This means lambda is either equal to minus 1 or lambda is equal to plus 1. So when we will do lambda equals minus 1, the equation will become S1 minus S2 equals 0. And when we will put lambda equals 1, then it will become S1 plus S2 is equal to 0. Okay, so we have to see whether a parabola is being formed by S1 minus S2 equals 0 or S1 plus S2 equal to 0. So in the next slide, I will do it. Okay, so first, let me write S1 and S2. X square plus y square, 6x minus 24y. But what S2? x square minus y square, 6x plus 16y minus 46. Okay, so first I will find S1 plus S2 equals 0. What is this giving to us? So this will become 2x square plus 12x minus 8y plus 26 equals 0. You take 2 common, then this will become x square plus 6x minus 4y plus 13 equals 0. So yes, this is a parabola. So this is the parabola which the options are talking about. Next, if I do S1 minus S2 equals 0, then am I getting a parabola? So this will become 2y square, 6x minus 6x will get cancelled, minus 40y plus 118 equals 0. So in this case, I am getting y square minus 20y plus 59 equals 0. Okay. So here I am not getting a parabola, although I put the condition h square is equal to ab, but in this case I am getting a pair of straight lines because delta is happening to be 0. So this is a pair of straight line. Great. Unintentionally we got a pair of straight lines. Okay, so in the option it is talking about the parabola and it is asking what is the vertex or what is the coordinates of A, where A is the focus. So I have to find out the vertex and focus of this parabola. Should be an easy task. Okay, so just simplify this. This becomes 4y equals x square plus 6x plus 13. Okay, this becomes 4y equals x square plus 6x plus 9 plus 4. This becomes 4y minus 4 equals x plus 3 whole square. So finally the equation that I'm getting, it is 4 times y minus 1 equals x plus 3 whole square. So can I find out the vertex and focus from here? Yes. So see, this is an upward facing parabola with vertex at minus 3 comma 1, because I'm getting the equation as 4 times y minus 1 equals x plus 3 square. Now here a is equal to 1. Here a is equal to 1. So this will be the axis. Let me draw it. So this is the axis. Axis is parallel to the y-axis. So axis is x equals minus 3. Focus will lie over here. And focus will be minus 3. X coordinate is same. And then we are going 1 upward because a is equal to 1. So minus 3 comma 2. Minus 3 comma 2 is A, the focus, and vertex is minus 3 comma 1. So let me see the options. Here they are saying minus 3 comma 1. That came out to be the vertex. Focus is minus 3 comma 2. So D option is incorrect because this focus is minus 3 comma 2. So I have solved C and D, but more important part is this thing, AP plus AQ plus AR plus AS. Okay. Shresh, I will come back to your comments. Give me some time to solve this by my method and then I will come back to your method. Okay, because frankly, this is new approach to me. That's why. Okay. So students, I found out that this is the equation of the parabola. Okay, I found out that this is the equation of the parabola. And the vertex is minus 3, 1 and focus is minus 3, comma 2. But now the challenge is to find out AP plus AQ plus AR plus AS. Basically, sum of distance of the focus and the 4 intersection points. So how we will do this? Correct. So Harsh, distance from directors is distance from focus, and this will help us to answer this. Very nice, very nice. So you're going the right way. So for the first and second option, let me draw the diagram that will help. Diagram से इसमें पता चलेगा. So one was the circle. We were given a circle. So this was the circle say. Okay. And then we were given hyperbola. Other was hyperbola. So I can draw it like this. And I drew it like this, something like this. Okay, so these were the point of intersections. Now the next thing what I did was I drew a parabola. So these are points P, Q, R, S, and then I drew a parabola which passes through these points. So let me draw a parabola. Okay, so it will be somewhat like this. Great. So I drew this parabola. I came to know that its vertex, this is minus 3 comma 1, and its focus will be over here. This is minus 3 comma 2. Great. So this is the focus, and now I have to find out the sum of distance AP plus AQ plus AR plus AS. Okay, so if you will directly try to find it out, it will become very lengthy. So instead, we will use the approach that Harsh has told. The distance of the focus from this point S is equal to the distance of point S from the directrix of this parabola. So what is the directrix of this parabola? So for the directrix, let me draw the axis first. Okay, so now things will be clear. This is the focus minus 3 comma 2. Distance between focus and this vertex V, it is 1. So this point will be 1 unit down, minus 3 comma 1. So this will be minus 3 comma 0, because this is 1 unit down vertex V. So this equation, this line, particular line will be parallel to the x-axis. So this will be y equals 0. So this is y equals 0. The equation of the directrix is y equals 0. Great. Now we will use the property that distance SA is same. Distance SA is same as distance SM, say, because the distance of any point on a parabola is any point on a parabola is equidistant from the focus and directrix. Okay. Another thing, another good thing that we found out earlier was when we took S1 plus S2 is equal to 0. So why are we taking these? I will go back. So lambda equal to 1, lambda equal to minus 1. S1 plus S2 equals 0, S1 minus S2 equals 0. So we got to know that not only this parabola passes through the 4 point of intersection, but this particular thing, these pair of straight lines also pass through the point of intersection. So this will help us. How? So what is the equation of pair of straight line? It is y square minus 20y plus 59 equals 0. Y square minus 20y plus 59 equals 0. And these pass through these points PQRS. So if I will draw the diagram, so I'll get to know that one line is y is equal to something and other line is this. See, there is a pair of straight line which passes through PQRS. Its roots will be say y1 and y2. So the pair of straight lines will be y equals y1 and y equals y2, basically lines parallel to the x-axis. So this line I can say it is equal to y equals y1, and this line I can say is equal to y equals y2. Okay. Now, what I wanted to find AP plus AQ plus AR plus AS. So the distance of the 4 points from the focus. So instead, I'm focusing on distance of these points from the directrix. So see, this will be other distance. This will be this distance. And this will be the last distance. So can I say if say this point is x1 comma y1, okay? Wait. So its y coordinate ordinate is y1, इसका p का भी ordinate is y1, r's ordinate is y2, and s ordinate is also y2. So this distance will be equal to y1 because these distances are from the x-axis. There is nothing but the x-axis. So these distances will be equal to y1, y1, and y2, y2. Okay, so finally I can say that sum of these distances is nothing but twice of y1 plus y2. But from this quadratic equation, I know already that y1 plus y2 is equal to 20. So sum of distance is nothing but 2 into 20, 40. So is it clear? Answer will be 40. कैसे किया मैंने? I will repeat it again, but is it clear? So I will explain it again. I will explain it again. So this became 40. Okay, so briefly I will explain it. What I did was that I told you hint is that we have to take a curve which passes through the point of intersection. So I will take it off the form s1 plus lambda s2 equals 0. When I will take it off the form s1 plus lambda equals 0, then I will put the condition of parabola which is h square is equal to ab. So I did the same thing. I took s1 plus lambda s2 equals 0, h was 0, for ab to be 0, for h square is equal to ab, I got two values, lambda equal to 1, lambda equal to -1. So basically s1 plus s2 0 and or s1 minus s2 0. So in the next slide, I solved them. So first I found out s1 plus s2 equals to 0. When I solved it, I got the equation of the parabola, which was the required parabola. And when I found s1 minus s2 equals to 0, I got a pair of straight line. Why did I get a pair of straight line? Because h square is equal to ab, this condition was being satisfied, but in addition to that, delta was also equal to 0 in this case. So that is why I got a pair of straight line. So the vertex and the focus of the parabola I found using this equation. This was simple. But the next part, for finding out AB plus AQ plus AR plus AS, I had to draw the diagram. So I drew the circle, I drew the hyperbola, parabola, and then pair of straight lines. And from here, I use the property that distance of any point from the focus is equal to distance from the directrix. So if I am talking about AS, a distance AS, this will be equal to SM. Directrix was coming out to be x-axis. So finally, I got that the sum of distances will be equal to twice of y1 plus y2, twice of the ordinates. So answer is 40. Is it clear? Is there any doubt? Other students? Many students have joined today. Vasu, Garv, Srijan and Ayush, it's clear. Great, great, great. Okay. So Srish, the method you were telling, I will have a look on it after my class because I'm hearing it for the first time. So I will have a look on it after the class and see what you were saying. But for now, no need to get in all those complications. We know the approach and this is how we should solve it. Because in JEE Advanced, they want you to solve it by logic. Great, great. So I'm happy that you people were able to solve it. And this is the solution you can refer in the notes. I will give it to you. So this was the diagram: circle, hyperbola, parabola, and pair of straight lines. Okay, coming to the next question. There is a homework question, and here also you will use the same important property that on a parabola, distance from focus is equal to distance from directrix. So this is a homework, and you will use this property to solve it. Okay, directrix. Now coming on to next content, next topic, parametric form and focal chord. So do this question. And before doing this question, you should know the equation of the focal chord, because this will be used again and again in questions. So see, if this is a parabola, y square equals 4ax, and there are 2 points, say T1 and T2. When I say points T1, T2, so it is understood that I am talking about the variable T. So it is understood that these points are 81 square comma 281. Okay, so parameter value is T1, and this point is corresponding to 82 square comma 282. So two important things that you should know about this chord, say AB, is that one is the slope. So slope will be equal to 2 over T1 plus T2. This you have to remember. Okay, for y square is equal to 4ax, slope is always slope of the focal chord is equal to 2 over T1 plus T2. You can solve it. So you can take these 2 points, find out the slope, you will get this only. And then equation of focal chord. So I will use this slope and I will take any point. Point you can take as 81 square comma 281, and you will get the equation of the focal chord. So you should not do all this calculation in the exam. You should remember the equation of focal chord. So this will be T1 plus T2 into y equals 2ax plus 2 T1 T2. Wait. Equals 2x plus 2a T1 T2. This equation of focal chord will help you to solve this question. Yes, so slope is valid for all chords joining two pyramid. Any point T1 and T2 you take, slope will always be 2 over T1 plus T2. Any point you take. In fact, Srijan, if you take this point as alpha comma beta, okay, then the equation will become y minus beta whole square equals 4a x minus alpha. Even in that case, when you take 2 points as T1 and T2, your slope will remain this only. Slope will remain 2 over T1 plus T2 only, even when the parabola is displaced. Okay. But focal chord, you should know. Yes, Ayush, A is the correct answer. Let us solve this. A is the correct answer, Anand. Great. So कैसे solve करेंगे? Let's see. So Lx plus My equation PQ is a chord. Okay. So let PQ be a chord like this. And then let this particular point be the focus. So this is the diagram we are getting. Okay. So this is P, this is Q, this is the focus S. Okay. And PS meets at R, QS meets at T. We have to find the slope of RT. So what I'll do here, say this point is T1. Okay. And this point is T2. So I know when focal chords are there, so when you have a focal chord like this, if this is T1 and this is T2, it is a focal chord, then T1, T2 is equal to -1. This property we know. So this means I can tell that R will be equal to -1 by T1 and T will be equal to -1 by T2. Why? Because this thing into this particular thing, this should yield -1, and this into this should give -1. So R and T will be minus 1 by T1 and minus 1 by T2. Next. Regarding the slope. So what is the slope of RT? So I told you the slope is given by 2 over T1 plus T2. So if you would have asked me what is the slope of PQ, so I would have told you it is 2 over T1 plus T2. Okay. But for slope of RT, T1 and T2 have changed to these two quantities respectively. So I will say 2 over minus 1 by T1 minus 1 by T2. This value we have to find out simply. So this slope is equal to minus 2 T1 T2 over T1 plus T2. This is the slope of RT using this formula only, that if points are T1 and T2, then slope of PQ is 2 over T1 plus T2. Now next we will use the help of the equation Lx plus My equals 1. So let me see if I can solve it over here only. See. First I will write the equation of the focal chord. So 2x minus T1 plus T2 into y plus 2 T1 T2 is equal to 0, because in this case we are talking about y square is equal to 4x. So a is equal to 1. So there is the equation of the chord 2x minus T1 plus T2y plus 2 T1 T2 equals to 0. There is the equation of the chord PQ. But this equation is given to us as Lx plus My is equal to 1. So this is Lx plus My minus 1 equals 0. Okay, so this I found out using T1, T2, and this is given. These both are same equations. Since these both are same equations, I will equate the coefficients. So this will become 2 by L equals minus of T1 plus T2 by M equals minus 2 T1 T2. Great. Now I want the values of T1 T2 and T1 plus T2. So see, from here I can say that T1 plus T2, comparing these two, when I will compare these two, I will get T1 plus T2 as minus 2 M by L. And when I will compare first and third, I will get minus T1 T2 as 1 by L. Okay, so these values I am getting for T1 plus T2 and T1 T2. I will just put these values over here. So what will I get? I will get twice. Let me do it over here. So this will become equal to twice of minus T1 T2, twice of 1 by L divided by T1 plus T2 minus 2 M by L. Then L and L will get cancelled, 2 and 2 will get cancelled, and finally I will have this value as minus 1 by M. So this value will come out to be as minus 1 by M. There is the answer. Slope of RT is minus 1 by M. So option A is correct. Everybody, it is clear? I will just repeat it once again. So first I talked about PQ. P is T1 and Q I took as T2. Equation of chord PQ I know from the focal chord equation, 2x minus T1 plus T2y plus 2T1 T2. Then it was also given that equation of PQ is Lx plus My minus 1 equals to 0. So I could compare them. Here I got T1 plus T2 and T1 T2 value. Now what we have to find is the equation. I have to find the slope of RT. So since P was T1 and then R became minus 1 by T1, because the product of P and R should be equal to minus 1. They are ends of a focal chord. Similarly, T became minus 1 by T2 because QT is a focal chord. Product of Q and T should be equal to minus 1. Now about RT, I could say the slope is always 2 over T1 plus T2. So here instead of T1 plus T2, we had these things, minus 1 by T1 and minus 1 by T2. Slope became 2 over this thing. And I had to find out the value of minus 2 T1 T2 over T1 plus T2. So I used these values. I put it over here and I got the final answer as minus 1 by M. Okay, students, is it clear? Baki log batao, Ayush, Anand, apart from Ayush, it is clear. Other students? Decision clear, sir. Vasu, okay, great. Mostly Manoj Shresh, you also can reply. Great. So ऐसे we have to solve these questions. Similar solution you can refer. Similar solution as I told. Now this question, students, do this question. Very important question. Okay, Manoj, great, great. So questions where geometry is involved, okay, circle parabola are involved. Similar question came this year, JEE Advanced 2021, which you wrote. So I will tell you the approach of this question. I will tell you the approach of that question. Okay, how to logically solve it is what we will learn. Very good question. So I will give you hint in this. So if you see the figure, these two curves, these are upward and downward parabolas. You can very easily draw them. They will come like this. Okay, upward and downward parabola. And you have to make the pair of orthogonal equal circles within this. So one is, you remember this, that okay, I have to put the circles in this. Now the important hint or the approach. So what happens when you have a pair of equal orthogonal circles? These are a pair of equal orthogonal circles. Okay, this one center, this is other center. Now what you will do is, you will join this with this with this. Okay, you can keep on joining tangents and normals. So I'm just joining the important points by straight lines. So this is how two equal orthogonal circles look. These two are the centers. Okay. And since this thing is 90 degree, this thing is 90 degree, these two squares can be formed within these two circles. If you have doubt, you can just say this is R. This is R. Orthogonal circles mean that this particular angle is 90 degree angle between they're cutting at orthogonally, they're cutting at 90 degree. So important thing is ki within these two circles, there is a structure that is being formed. Okay, which is this structure. I will draw it again without without the circles this time. So more or less, you have this rectangle, okay, with dimension in the ratio 1:2. This dimension, because this is a square, we join another square with this. So length and breadth are in the ratio 1:2. This is a rectangle, and the dimensions of this rectangle vary with r. So as you keep on increasing r, the dimensions of this rectangle will also increase. Ultimately, your objective is to put this thing, to put this rectangle in this figure. Okay, such a way that this is of maximum dimension. If this will have maximum length and breadth, only then we will have maximum radius for these orthogonal circles. So you have to put this thing inside this region and then you will get the answer. Understood this? I'm just explaining it once again. So when you draw two equal orthogonal circles, you get this rectangular figure inside. So the more you increase the radius, the bigger this rectangle will become. And you have to draw the biggest rectangle in this parabola. Indirectly, the question is saying this only, that in this parabolic region, you have to form the biggest rectangle. Only then the circles of largest radius you will get. तो अब हो जाना चाहिए. After I've given the hint, you should be able to solve it. No, Srijan, C is not the right answer. C is not the right answer. So using this approach only we will do it. If this thing is clear to you that we have to draw this maximum dimension rectangle in this region, then question is not at all lengthy. So see, I'm drawing the diagram again. Okay, so this is the rectangle and I have to draw it within the two parabola. So see, this will be the x-axis and then I will also draw okay, the coordinate axis. So this is the coordinate axis. So first, let me explain it to you that why we are getting this thing green curve. So one is 4y plus 2 equals x square. Okay, quickly I will tell it to you. So this becomes y plus 2 equals x square by 4 or y equals x square by 4 minus 2. Okay, so if you had just x square by 4, it would have just touched the x-axis, but this is minus 2, so it will go down. So this thing, it is y equals x square by 4 minus 2. And for the other thing, we just see that from y, it has gone to minus y. So this thing, it will just invert about the y-axis and it will become this thing. So these are the two graphs. I will draw it over here. So when we will take the largest such rectangle in the region, wait, let me do it. So this is how the figure will look. So I have drawn two parabolas over here. Okay. One is 4 times y plus 2x square. So this thing is this. And other is 4 times 2 minus y equals x square. So this is this. Of course, they will meet over here at 2 root 2 comma 0, because when I will put y equals 0, x square will be 8. So this is 2 root 2 comma 0. This is minus 2 root 2 comma 0. This will be, you put x equals 0, this will be 0 comma 2, and this will be 0 comma minus 2. Okay, so if this is clear, then we can move ahead. Just say in the chat if this diagram is clear to you. I drew the rectangle. Okay, other people, this diagram is clear to you. Now what we have to say, that this point is origin. Okay, this point is origin, and I told you that this is the center of one circle, this is center of other circle. So if this length, distance from here to here, this is r, so I will get the value of this thing as r by root 2. Okay, even this thing will be r by root 2. Then again this thing will be r by root 2 using simple geometry. So I am concerned with this point, that this point should lie in this particular parabola. Okay, so can I find out this point? So its x coordinate, it will be r by root 2 plus r by root 2. This becomes root 2r, and y coordinate, it becomes r by root 2. So this is the coordinate of this point, say A, and this should lie on this particular graph. So I will just put it. So I will get 4 times 2 minus y is r by root 2 equals x square. So this is 2r square. Now I just have to solve this to get the value of r. 4 minus root 2r is equal to r square. This implies r square plus root 2r minus 4 equals 0. So you solve it, r square, 4 can be divided in 2 root 2 and minus root 2. I'm just solving the quadratic. R plus 2 root 2 minus root 2 into r plus 2 root 2. So from here you will get r equals minus 2 root 2, which will be rejected, and r equals root 2 at the final answer. Okay, so this of course you can get after solving. More important is this thing, the approach. So what I did was, it was given that two orthogonal circles are given with radius r. So I said, instead of thinking of it like two circles, think of it as a rectangle formed by these two squares. So the larger the r, the greater will be the dimension, and then we have to put it in this region. This region you can draw easily by these two parabolas. Okay, so I did the same thing. I drew this region, these two parabolas, and I drew the maximum biggest such rectangle possible. So when it will be the biggest such rectangle, it will touch over at these points. So when it will touch at these points, it was easy to find the coordinates of A. This point A, which is the common point, its x coordinate, it is root 2r. So this thing, say r, so this became root 2r. Simply you could have written like this. And then the y coordinate was r by root 2. Distance from x is r by root 2. So this point came out to be, I will write it again, root 2r comma r by root 2. And then it had to satisfy the corresponding parabola. So parabola in this case was 4 into 2 minus y equals x square. This particular parabola was this 4 into 2 minus y equals x square. I put the value of the coordinate and finally found the value of r. Okay. So once you're done with this, there should be no other concern, because when you will draw the circle inside this, circle will automatically touch. So I'll try to draw a circle. So if you will draw a circle over here, let me see if I can draw. If you will draw a circle passing through these 4 points, so it will touch the parabola also. Great, great. So this is clear to you. So this should have been the approach. Okay. And so root 2 was the correct answer, and this was the exact diagram. So again, the rectangle was drawn inside, and the circles, they are touching the parabola because orthogonal circles have this rectangle, and this, for the largest radius, this rectangle should touch the parabola. The same similar thing has been done over here, r equals 2. You can refer to the solution. So this was how we thought logically about this. Now there is one question. moving to the challenges right away. Okay, so this question, this came in JEE Advanced 2021. All of you wrote this exam, attempted this question. Now I have seen some teachers doing it the wrong way. So what they do is, so इसमें क्या होगा देखो, they will draw the parabola. Let me draw the parabola. Okay, they will draw the parabola. Say this is y square equals 4 minus x. Great. And then they will say, okay, I have to find a circle whose center lies on the x-axis, and I have to make it of the largest radius. So let the circle, its coordinates be a comma 0. Okay. And then I have to draw it such that it touches the parabola. So I will draw it like this. And its radius is r. Then they will write the equation of the circle as x minus a whole square plus y square is equal to r square. And here they will not be sure if this particular circle, it will touch or intersect this particular y-axis. So then they will do some calculations, more limits on two variables, and our question will become really complicated. And all in all, this question was just for 2 marks. Other part was 2 marks. So 4 marks question. You shouldn't devote this much time. If you will have two variables, a and r, it will become very lengthy. Instead, I will tell you the correct approach for this. So let me tell you the correct approach for this. So we don't have to do it in lengthy manner. Again, I will tell you this. In IIT JEE, they want people who have raw intelligence, who can think smartly, who can think logically instead of doing the regular calculations. So see, in this, you should have this approach. First, I will draw the coordinate axis like this. And I will also draw the parabola. Okay. So instead of thinking that you have some center and then you have a different radius, think it like this, that you start from this point and keep on making circles. Okay, so you make a small circle from here. Okay. Then what is the property of the circle? This circle is touching y-axis at the origin. So this circle is touching y-axis at the origin. Now you go and make a bigger circle. Okay. Now think of it again. You go and make a bigger circle. Now, like this, you will keep on increasing the size of the circle until it touches the parabola. Let me draw it. So you will keep on increasing the size of the circle until it touches this parabola. इसमें properly नहीं बन रहा because the parabola is like this. Okay. So keep on increasing the size of the circle till it touches the parabola. So from here you will realize that I will definitely get a circle which touches at origin, touches y-axis at origin, and also the parabola at 2 points. Okay, so definitely there will be a circle which touches the parabola also and y-axis at origin also. So let its radius be r, and then this point is r comma 0. So if I know radius is r and center is r comma 0, my equation will become x minus r square plus y square equals r square. Now it is very easy to solve this question because here you don't have two variables. You just have a radius r. So even the center and radius both are in terms of r. Okay, so if you think it like this, that we start on making circles from here, keep on increasing the size, then you will definitely have a circle which touches all these 1, 2, 3 points. Uske baad there was nothing in the question. So then it was given, it is y square is equal to 4 minus x. So y square is equal to 4 minus x is the parabola. Again, when you will solve it, I'm just doing it quickly for you. So x minus r whole square plus 4 minus x is equal to r square. So this is becoming a quadratic. X square plus r square minus 2rx plus 4 minus x equals r square. R square get cancelled. So this becomes x square minus 2r plus 1 into x plus 4 equals 0. So this becomes a quadratic in x, and because we want to touch the circle with the parabola, here d should be equal to 0 because there should be just one value of x. So d should be equal to 0 because circle is touching the parabola. So you put d equals 0, 2r plus 1 whole square is equal to 4 square, b square is equal to 4ac. So here you will get 2r plus 1 is equal to 4, and from here you will get r is equal to 3 by 2. So simply you can do it in this much calculation. Okay, so students, is it clear? R equal to 3 by 2 answer came, and when you will put r equal to 3 by 2 over here, this equation will become x square minus 4x plus 4 equals 0. Okay, so this from here you will get x is equal to 2. So again, next thing, this alpha was asked the x coordinate, so this thing was 2. So r is equal to 1.5, alpha is equal to 2. So for this type, can I give what you did I got discovered? Okay, Srijan, I'm explaining it again to you. So this particular question, this came in JEE Advanced 2021. So what happened is that some teachers also, they do it in the wrong way. What they will do is take this at a comma 0 and radius as r. A and r are separate variables. They will try to solve it. Now they will not know whether this particular circle will touch this particular axis, or whether it will intersect it, or whether it will not even touch it. Okay, so they will then give conditions on r, say r should be less than equal to this, greater than equal to this. So all that will be very lengthy. Instead, you should change your approach. You should think logically. So start off circles, think of circles which are touching the y-axis at origin. So this will be the smallest such circle, and then keep on increasing the size of such circles. So you keep on increasing the size of such circle, definitely you will get one circle which touches the parabola also, and of course it is tangent to the y-axis at origin. So such a circle exists. When such a circle exists, you can write the equation as x minus r square plus y square is equal to r square. So instead of two variables a and r, I just have one variable, and then you just have to solve it with parabola, do d equal to 0 to get the answers. Okay, so this is what I'm saying, that you have to think logically, the correct approach. Instead of just doing calculation and all, logic is required. This is what is there in JEE Advanced. Other students also, is it clear? I hope it is clear. Okay, so we were in this question. We solved this r equals root 2. The next question, there is homework for you. Okay, very interesting question. Try it by yourself and then you can refer to the solution. Okay, so let's do a standard question now. This is a very standard question. Do this question. Other students, Vasu and Manoj, were things clear for the previous questions? Okay, okay. Now do this question. This is a standard question. Yes, c is equal to minus am square. Correct, Ayush. So if this is the equation of the parabola, upward or downward facing, then there is the equation of the tangent. You will use just this. So if you know this, do this question. I'm also doing it side by side. So I'm basically just simplifying these two parabolas. Yes, Vasu, B is the correct answer. Great, great. B is the correct answer. So very standard question. We will do it by the standard way. Sometimes we need to be expert in standard ways. So see this. First, we have y equals x squared by 4 minus 3x plus 10. So I simplified it. And put down it in the form of x squared equals 4ay. Similarly, I simplified this y equals 2 minus x squared by 4 and put it down in the form of x squared equals 4ay. Okay. Now next step is we have to find the equation of the tangent. So for this, let me write down the equation of the tangent. So it will y will become y minus 2. Y minus 2 is equal to m into x. First, let me tell you, let me see what is the value of a. So a over here is equal to minus 1. We will compare 4a with minus 4. So a will be minus 1. And a over here, it is equal to 1. Okay, now we can proceed. So there is y minus 2 equals mx plus, so minus a minus of minus 1 plus m square. This is the equation of a tangent to this with slope m. Similarly, for this equation of tangent will be, it will be y minus 1 equals m into x minus 6 minus m square. Okay, so essentially these two, since these both are common tangents, these two equations are the equation of the same line. So we just have to compare them. Okay, so I will write it again. Y equals mx plus m square plus 2. And then I will write this equation over here. So this will become y equals mx minus 6m minus m square minus 6m minus m square and then plus 1. Okay, now I am saying that these two equations are same. So so already if the slope is same, we just have to equate this y equal to mx c part. Okay, this part should be same. The y-intercept should be same for both of them. Only then it will be the same equation. So solve for that. So let me do it here only. So I will just say m square plus 2. Just a second. Yes. I will say m square plus 2 should be equal to minus 6m minus m square plus 1. Their y-intercept should be same lines. So this becomes 2m square plus 6m, 2m square plus 6m plus 1 equals 0. So here we will have two slopes coming out, m1, two roots coming out, m1 and m2, which will be equation of two common tangents, m1 and m2. Sum of m1 and m2, sum of these slopes, m1 plus m2, will be directly minus 6 by 2 minus 3. So answer is minus 3. Okay. So standard question, there should be no confusion in these questions. Clear CC, just write CC everyone if it is clear. What I did was, for the first parabola, I put it in standard form, x square equal to 4ay. For the second parabola, I put it in standard form. I wrote down the equation of the tangent using this y equals mx minus am square. Here the c, y, it was already y equals mx, it was also y equals mx. So I just had to equate this y equals, if in y equals to mx plus c, the y-intercept path, that is the value of c. So I equated the value of c, I got a quadratic in m. So it has two roots m1 and m2 corresponding to the two tangents. Sum of the slopes is m1 plus m2, which is equal to minus 3. Great. Let's move ahead. So standard question. No, no. So Srijan, y is equal to mx plus a by m. So if you are saying y equals to mx plus a by m, this is corresponding to y square equals 4ax. Okay, so this is corresponding to y square is equal to 4x. But here I am talking about x square equals 4ay. So for this particular, the tangent is this. Got it. Great. Great. Okay, so standard questions, you should be able to. Minus 3 was the answer. No need to do it in such a lengthy manner. Do it as I told you. Okay, so this is another question. But I will give you it as homework. We will attempt the next question. Okay, what you have to do in this question, I will tell you very quickly. So see, in this question, y square is equal to 4ax is given. And then at a point P, it is told tangent and normal are drawn. So this is the tangent, say, okay? And this is the normal. This is the normal. So normal is drawn, tangent intersects x-axis at Q, so this is Q, and normal intersects the curve at R. Okay, and finally it is given that PR subtends an angle of 90 degree. Okay. So you have to solve this. So first you will say something like this came in advance also this year. Yes, yes. This year I don't know. This year I'm not sure. This year the question that came, I explained it to you. That was a different question, Vasu. So in this you have to do calculation. The advanced question that required to use the properties. Okay. So even that question is very, is very important, but this question is different. Okay, in that question you use the properties that there are three types of 90-degree angle coming out when you have a triangle, a tangent and a parabola, but this is different. Yes, but but different. This is different. Anyway, so this is point P. Okay, and this is point T1. And since this is normal, okay, this is a normal and it is intersecting at point T2. So you just want to find out the value of T1 and T2. So I'll quickly tell you how to do it. So when PR is a normal, you already know that T2 should be equal to minus 2 by T1 minus T1. So one relation between T2 and T1 is this. Since the normal, when it cuts at T2, T2 is represented by minus T1, minus 2 by T1, minus T1. You already know this. Second thing, so this is the origin. Okay, and if this is say 8.T1, 81 square, comma 281. So you will find out that this, the slope of this particular chord, sorry, slope of this particular chord, this comes out to be 2 by T1. Okay, by simply divide 281 by 81 square, 2 by T1. Similarly, slope of this particular chord, this will be 2 by T2. Now, since these both are perpendicular, you will get the relation 2 by T1 into 2 by T2 is equal to minus 1, or T1 T2 is equal to minus 4. So this is the second relation. First is this using normal chord, and second is using the fact that they are subtending a 90-degree angle. Once you will solve this, you will get the value of T1 equal to plus minus root 2. Easily you can solve it, and T2 will come correspondingly minus plus 2 root 2. Okay. Once you get T1 and T2, you can find out the value of PQ very easily. You can find out the value of PR and also the area of the triangle PQR. So there is an easy question. Using this, using these two conditions, you solve it at home. There is a homework. One last question we'll do, and there's the last question which we will be doing today. Okay, so the class will end by 3:33. I'll try to end it by 3 something. Okay. This is a question on common tangents. Sarthak, so late in the class? Okay, so let us solve this question together. Multiple options are correct. Okay, so first we need to know the graph of y equals x. Sir, yes, sir. Actually, I have something. No way, no problem. Okay, so see, you can see the notes and recording of this class anyway. I will send it to you. So y equals x mod x. If you have y equals x mod x, so if x is positive, then y becomes x square, and if x is negative 8, y becomes minus x square. Okay, so you have this coordinate axis and you will draw for x positive y equals x square, so it will be going like this, and for x negative y equals minus x square, so it will be going like this. So this you should know that there is a graph of y equals x mod x. Okay, so y is equal to x mod x, you know, and then this is the circle. You have to find the common tangents. The circle will be something like this. So it has 0 comma 2 as the center, so it will be like this, 0 comma 2 as the center, and then you have to find the equation of common tangents. Okay, let me solve it for you. It will be better. So talking about the tangents, there will be two tangents. One is like this. One will be like this, and other is something like this. Okay, these will be the two tangents. Now, how will I will solve it? So first, let us consider the upper part of the parabola. This is equal to y equals x square. So y equals x square. This becomes y equals 4 times 1 by 4 x square. I'm doing this to find out the equation of the tangent. So the equation of the tangent to y equals to x square is again y equals mx minus am square. So mx minus am square. This is the equation of the tangent. So this becomes y equals mx minus 1 by 4 m square. Great. Now, this is any tangent for the upper part, for this part. The center of the circle is 0, comma 2 and its radius is 2. So radius is perpendicular to the tangent. So basically the distance of this line from 0, comma 2, it should be equal to 2. So I can write this line as mx minus y over minus 1 by 4 m square equals 0. Take the distance from 0, comma 2. 0, comma 2 से distance लेंगे तो this becomes minus 2 minus 1 by 4 m square modulus over under root m square plus 1. This should be equal to 2. And from here we have to solve for m square, so it shouldn't be a problem. Minus minus gets cancelled inside the modulus. So this becomes 8 plus m square by 4 equals 2 into under root m square plus 1. Okay, so this becomes 8 plus m square equals 8 into under root m square plus 1. M square plus 1. And finally, it becomes 64 plus m to the power 4 plus 16 m square is equal to 64 m square plus 64. Great. So 64 and 64, they are getting cancelled. So this becomes m raised to power 4 equals 48 m square. Okay. This will become m square is equal to 48 because I'm cancelling m square. M cannot be equal to 0. So m square is equal to 48. This implies m is equal to 4 root 3. So यहाँ पे m will come out to be 4 root 3. Slope. So what is 4 root 3? 4 root 3 is the slope of this particular line. So I will put m equal to 4 root 3 over here. I will get the equation as y equals 4 root 3x minus 1 by 4 of m square. 1 by 4 of 48, this is 12. So this is the first common tangent, y equals 4 root 3x minus 12. So y equals 4 root 3x minus 12, this I got. Now similarly, what you will do, now you will consider in case 2. Let me duplicate this slide, wait. So one tangent, you got the answer for that. Now for the second part, you remove all this, okay. Wait. Now for the second part, you will take the parabola as y equals minus x square, because this particular thing is y equals minus x square. And now you will find out the equation y equals mx minus am square is the equation of the tangent, but here a instead of 1 by 4, it is minus 1 by 4. So you will put y equals mx and plus m square by 4. This you will be doing, and then again the same thing from 0 comma 2, its distance is 2. So take the distance from 0 comma 2 and find out the value of m. So when you find out the value of m, the answer you will be getting is 4 root 5. And you put that back in this equation, you will get the equation of the second tangent. So second tangent will come out to be a. So this what you have to do. M is 0 is possible, sir. Why we neglected it? So see, yes. So when m is 0, this will become y equals 0. Correct, right, Vasu? My wrong. So y equals 0. In fact, that is also common tangent to both of them. There will be 3 options correct. So here y equals 0 is also correct. So A, B, C, 3 of them are correct. Okay, B and C, I explained it to you. For A, you have to do the thing I told you. So A, B, C, all 3 are correct. So that is why the answer will be A, B, C. And in the solution also you can see, so this is one line, this is second line. Okay, y is equal to 4 root 3x minus 12, y is equal to 4 root 5x plus 20. And again, as I realized now, even the x-axis y equals 0 will also be a root. So more than the answer, approach was important. So here we took the parabola as y is equal to 4 1 by 4 x square, tangent in terms of slope m. So this came out to be this, and then from 0 comma 2, we just put the distance equal to find the value of m. Okay, is it clear? Is this question clear? Great. Now we'll end the class. Okay, so we discussed all these questions. Ahead there were a couple of questions that you can do at home. So this is one of them. Okay, and this is the other. So this particular thing is homework, and then we are left with this particular question. So this also you can do it as homework. Okay. So do the homework that I told you. Challenges, in challenges we have already discussed how to attempt these questions. Challenges I kept JEE Advanced 2021 problems. Okay. So already I have given you the solution for this. Over here I have given you the solution. So this is all for the class. Revise the notes. If you have like 2-3 minutes, I want to solve this particular question. Sir, x-axis y is equal to x mod x को intersect नहीं कर रहा. 1 second. When you have ये कर रहा है ना यहाँ पे देखो. When you have y equals x mod x, so its graph is like this. So यहाँ पे जो x-axis है, it is a tangent. y equal to 0 is a tangent. Why not? फिर से मैं ड्रॉ करूं क्या ग्राफ? ये देखो, यहाँ पे इसकी स्लोप जो होगी ये y equal to x square है. For first quadrant it is y equals x square, and for third quadrant below the x-axis it is y equals minus x square. So here the tangent, its slope will be equal to 0. Slope 0, so this is y equal to 0 only. Is it clear now, Ayush? Y equal to x mod x intersects the x-axis, and x-axis is the tangent. Great. Okay, so this was all. And there is one question. So let's do this question. It will take only 3 minutes. Just see this question. Very simple question. Not a simple question. Once you know the trick, then it is simple. Last question of the class. Okay. So here it is given that you have three lines, x equals 0, x-axis, y-axis, and x plus y equals to 2. And parabolas touch all of them. Okay. So you will draw one parabola like this. You will draw other parabola like this. And third parabola like this. ऐसे infinite parabolas can be drawn, because even if you consider one parabola like this, so infinite variations of this parabola can be drawn. So its focus will be here, its focus will be here, its focus will be here. We have to find out the maximum area of the triangle formed by this. So looks like a complicated question, but here we will be using a property. What is the property? That if you have a parabola, and then you draw tangents, so tangent 1, tangent 2, and tangent 3. So tangents I have drawn. So property says that these 3 points, P, Q, and R, basically the point of intersection of the tangents. If you draw a circle with PQR, then it passes through the focus S. Okay. So basically property is circumcircle of PQR passes through S. PQR is the points of intersection of the tangents. So a circle passing through point of intersection of the tangents passing through the focus. So using this property, you can easily solve this question. Now see, if you draw a circle connecting these 3 points, so these are actually point of intersection of the tangents. So when you will draw a circle connecting these 3 points, the focus, these three focus will always lie on this circle. Is it clear? Is this property clear? Let me draw another diagram. Wait. So I draw a circle like this. And then there are parabolas which are touching. Say this is parabola 1. For this parabola 1, the point of intersection of tangents, so 1, 2, and 3. So these are point of intersection of tangent, because all these three lines are tangent to it. Is this PQR? So property says the circumcircle of PQR passes through this focus S1. Similarly, when you will draw a parabola like this, here also PQR is a triangle formed by the point of intersection of its tangents. So S2 will lie over here. And over here, lastly, S3 will lie over here, because for this parabola 3 also, these three lines are the tangents. These three lines are the tangents. PQR are the point of intersection of the tangents. So circumcircle of PQR passes through S3. If this much is clear, then next part is very easy. So you simply have to find the maximum of area of the triangle S1, S2, S3. Okay. So now in the question it is given that you have a circle. Okay. Can we find out the radius of this circle? What will be the radius of the circle? So see, this line is x plus y equals 2. So this is 2 comma 0. This is 0 comma 2. Since this is 90 degrees, when we will draw a circle, the circumcircle of say PQR, PR will be its diameter, because this angle is 90 degrees. So this thing will be 2 root 2. So radius over here is root 2. If radius is root 2, we have to draw a triangle inside. Such that its area is maximum. So area of triangle is maximum. So for a given radius, if you have to maximize the area, of a triangle, then that triangle has to be equilateral. Okay. If radius is constant and so basically this triangle is being formed by the focus. So these focus can be anywhere on the circle. So when you have a circle like this, and the points are lying on the circle, you have to maximize the area of the triangle. Triangle has to be equilateral. So can you find out the area of this triangle? Very simple. So you just do this. Say side length is x, so this became x by 2, this 90 degree, and this is 30 degree. Radius is r. So you can say x by 2r is equal to cos 30 degree, which is root 3 by 2. So 2 get cancelled, x is equal to root 3r. R is given to be root 2, so x became equal to root 6. So area will be equal to root 3 by 4 a square. So root 3 by 4 into a square into 6. So this becomes equal to 3 root 3 by 2. So answer is 3 root 3 by 2. Is it clear? Great. Briefly, I'll explain it again last time. So basically, these are the three parabolas, and I got to note that the focus of these three parabolas lie on the circle. Okay, this lie on the circle. So this circle, this is a constant radius. This is a radius of root 2, and the triangle can be anything. So we've made it a equilateral triangle so that we can maximize its area. And by using simple trigonometry, I got the answer as 3 root 3 by 2. So most of the questions we have in the slides we have done in the class. Okay, and then rest you can do other questions as homework. The answer was 3 root 3 by 2 over here. So there is the homework. Okay, students, that is it for the class. Thank you very much. Any doubts you can tell me, or otherwise we'll end the session. Bye, sir. Okay, great, Vasu. Bye, Ayush. Bye, everyone. Yes, bye, Sarthak. Bye.